read this popular TV show's novel. So I just took a shower and straightened my hair, did my makeup. So I sprayed my favorite perfume. Sorry. Okay. Other than that, I also prepared my favorite tea. It's honeydew green tea, my favorite one. Okay, let's open it. Okay, I'm back. Now we got a cup of tea. Very fresh. It's like Christmas vibe. I forgot, as it's winter here, I just use my lovely scarf to wrap myself. It's very cute. And also I bought a new candle because I just finished the one I bought in Singapore. It's the new one today. So this is a cypress scented candle. It's just a regular one. It's not an aromatherapy one, but it still smells good. Okay, let's open it. December 2008, Regina. Ilya Rosanov trudged through the bitter cold of the hotel parking lot to the team bus. Like most of his teammates, it was his first time in North America. He had expected to feel more overwhelmed by that, but Saskatchewan was hardly New York City. Here, there was nothing to focus on but cold and hockey. And those were two things the Russians were very familiar with. It was 2 days before Christmas. But for the world's best teenage hockey players, Christmas meant the World Junior Hockey Championship. For Ilya, it meant the chance to finally get a first-hand look at the Shane Hollander. There had been much made of the 70-year-old Canadian phenom. Ilya was sick of hearing the name, which had caused such a stir in the hockey world that even Moscow wasn't far enough to accept the hype. Both Ilya and Hollander were eligible for the NHL entry draft that coming June, and they were already expected to be the number one until overall picks. The expected order of those two picks depended on who you asked. Ilya knew his answer. He had never met Shane Hollander, never played against him, but he was already determined to destroy him. He would start by leading Russia to a gold medal victory here in Hollander's own country. Then he would lead his team back in Moscow to their championship. And then, surely, he would be chosen first in the draft. This was the year of Ilya Rosanov. Since he was 12 years old, 2009 had always been the year he was expected to burst onto the world stage. No Canadian pretender would change that. The Russian team arrived at the rink for their scheduled practice at the tail end of the Canadian teams. Ilya posed with some of his teammates to watch the Canadians run drills. The practice jerseys didn't have names on them, so he couldn't pick out Hollander before he was told by his assistant coach to get his ass into the dressing room. The schedule at the practice rink was very tight. They took the ice as long as being cleared by the zombie. The rink was small and kind of dumpy. The action games would be in the large arena downtown. There were few people sitting in the stands, watching the Russian team practice, some scouts, no doubt, and the few family members who had actually made the trip from Russia, as well as several local hardcore hockey fans. Halfway through the practice, Ilya noticed a young man sitting a few rows above the penalty box, wearing a Team Canada ball cap and jacket. He was flanked by men and women who were probably his parents. It was hard to tell from the eyes, but Ilya thought it might be Hollander. Okay. His mother was Japanese or something, right? He was sure he'd read that somewhere. Care to join us, Rosanov? His coach bellowed in Russian across the eyes. Ilya turned, embarrassed, to find the rest of teammates huddled around the coach. He didn't like that Hollander, if that was Hollander. Was he watching them? Or maybe he did. Maybe Hollander was nervous about facing him later in the tournament. Maybe he felt threatened. He should. After practice, Ilya showered and dressed quickly, headed back out into the rink to stand behind the glass and look at the stands. Hollander and his parents were gone. himself against the wall of the brick building, stuffed his coke into his coat pocket, and pulled out a cigarette and a lighter. "You're supposed to smoke over there," someone said, and it took Ilya a moment to translate all of the words. He turned to see a person that he definitely recognized as Sean Hollander. He had a very distinct look, and some of his features were clear from his mother. Jet black hair and very dark eyes. But his father was some bland Anglo-European heritage. His skin, however, was flawless. Distracting soul, smooth and thin-with, and this was his most striking feature, a smattering of dark freckles across his nose and cheekbones. "What?" Ilya said. Even a single word sounded stupid with his accent. "The smoking area is over there." Hollander pointed a far corner of the parking lot, next to a large snowbank. It looked very windy there. Ilya set it back against the wall and lit his cigarette. This fucking country. Bad enough he couldn't smoke indoors anywhere. He needed to go sit in the fucking snow while he did it. "I'm surprised you smoke," Hollander said. "Okay," Ilya said, exhaling a long stream of smoke between his lips. There was an uncomfortable silence, and then Hollander made another attempt at the conversation. "I wanted to meet you," he said, extending his hand. Sean Hollander. Ilya stared at him, and then felt his lips twitch a bit. "Yes," he said. "Yes," he said. He pinched the cigarette between his lips and shook Hollander's hand. "You're an awesome player to watch," Hollander said. "I know." If Hollander was expecting Ilya to return the compliment, he was going to be waiting a long time. When Ilya didn't see anything else, Hollander changed the subject. "Are your parents here with you?" "No." "Oh, that must be rough, with Christmas and everything." Ilya struggled a bit to translate so many words, then said, "It's fine." Hollander shoved his hands in his jacket pockets. "It's cold, huh?" "Yes." They leaned against the wall together, side by side. Ilya rolled his head against the brick to look down at Hollander, who stood a good 4 inches shorter than him. It was very interesting to look at. His cheeks were rosy from the cold, and his breath was emerging in white clouds from between his pink lips. "Next year, they're gonna be Ottawa, my hometown," Hollander said. Ilya finished his cigarette and dropped the butt on the ground. He decided to make an effort. Since this guy seemed so determined to talk to him, is Ottawa more exciting? Hollander laughed. "Than here? I don't know. A little. It's just as cold." "Your parents are here for this?" "Yeah, they're here. They always try to come see me play wherever I go." "Nice for you." "Yeah, I know. They're great." Ilya didn't have anything to add to that, so he stayed silent. "I should probably go. They're waiting for me," Hollander said. He moved away from the wall and turned to face Ilya. Ilya's eyes went right to those damn freckles. Hollander stuck out his hand again. "Good luck in the tournament," he said. Ilya accepted the handshake and grinned. "You will not be so friendly when we beat you. That's not happening. Ilya knew that Olander truly believed that he would get the gold medal and be the Angel's #1 draft pick because he was a fucking prince of the hockey. Maybe Olander expected Ilya to push him luck as well. But Ilya just dropped his hand and turned to go back inside the rink. Break. Shrink. In the car, Shen told his parents that he had been talking to Ilya Rosanov. Was he like? His father asked. Kind of a dick, Shen said. I'm so hot. Sorry. I have to remove my scarf. When the final game of the tournament was over, the Canadian team had to suffer one more humiliation. The Russians stopped celebrating long enough to line up so the teams could shake each other's hands. A show of the sport meant that, at that moment, Shen did not feel in his heart. For one thing, the Russian team had been dirty. He had hated playing against them. For another thing, Ilya Rosanov was really fucking good. Infuriatingly good. And over the course of the tournament, the media had put a lot of effort into building up their rivalry. She tried to ignore the press, but it was possible that they were stood in the flames of the hatred. When he reached Rosanov in the handshake lineup, he could see camera flash all around them. He made sure he looked Rosanov right in the eye when they tersely said, "Congratulations." Rosanov smirked and said, "See you at the draft." Now a silver medal around Shen's neck that may as well have been a dead rat for all he wanted it. He respectfully endured the playing of the Russian national anthem, blinking back frustrated tears that he refused to let fall. And then he was finally allowed to leave the ice. It wasn't supposed to have gone like this. He was supposed to have led his country to gold in his country. It was what the nation had expected. Canada's hopes had been heaped down to his 70-year-old shoulders, and he had let them all down. Every face-off he had taken against Rosanov, the Russian had looked him dead in the eye and smirked. Shen was not easily shaken by anyone, but that goddamn smirk threw him off balance every time. Maybe it was just that. After life of playing at a level above everyone else, Shen had finally met his match. He was sure that was all it was. Finish chapter 1. Okay. This is all for today, and I hope to see you soon.